your faces. I'll tell you when we're on. Um, we are on. So we are live streaming. Welcome everyone to the People's Music Network, August 24th. Songs for, what did we call this, Eric? Goodness, I've forgotten. Hang on. Singing for a Livable Future International Song Swap. I had everything else except for the title memorized. So that's where we are today. And we have performers from the United States and from Canada, and from Ireland and from the DRC. And we have Mike in Germany, and we have Paul Baker in Nicaragua. So we have people spread out around this big, beautiful planet of ours. We have an order which we will copy back into the chat so that you can
Just
all
did.
see.
Mm-hmm. I just
And
did, John.
you did it?
Yep, I
Okay,
did.
good. Never mind. Thank you.
Yeah, that's why there's two of us.
Yes, it is wonderful. And for anybody who's new or who is joining us for the first time or joining us online, People's Music Network for Songs of Peace and Justice has roots going back to 1977. Songs of freedom and struggle. Oh, said that one wrong as well. And we are a diverse community of performing artists and activists and allies based mostly in the US, but not solely, which is why we're doing this. And we use music and poetry and other art forms as catalysts for a just and peaceful world. Before the Corona/COVID pandemic, People's Music Network was mostly active in person, holding two large in-person get-togethers a year. And then during the COVID Corona pandemic, we, like the rest of the world, discovered Zoom and started utilizing Zoom to be able to include people from all around the world. And we are always hoping to do that more and more. So hence this kind of odd timing on a Sunday, 2 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon in the United States is the evening in other places and the morning on the West Coast. So we were trying to cut the difference and make everybody comfortable. And this particular song swap came about because one of our members was saying, hey, we want to be able to get people from Africa involved. And that's how we got to Passy in the DRC. And that's how we got to our two performers in Ireland. And I reached out to my friend Mike, who is in Germany. So that's how this all came about. Eric, I know you've got stuff you wanted to add to.
Oh, uh, just a word about both Joanie and I. Joanie is the are you the president of our
No,
of our
I am
steering committee?
currently the chair of our steering
The
committee.
steering committee, and I'm a member of the steering committee, and we just want to say that what we sing or say, when we perform, does not represent what PMN, officially stand for. So when we sing, we're representing our own point of view. So because we are a diverse organization, we respect our differences, and we will have differences. That what makes us exciting, and that's what makes us able to continue to have conversation and make music together. So I just want to say that. Is that good enough, Joni?
That was
Yeah.
great. That was
Uh-huh.
great.
And
And
also on the tech side, please mute yourself when you're not performing, and when you perform, unmute yourself and make sure your original sound is still on before you start, because we will stop you if we can't hear your guitar, okay? Or when you're breaking up and sound funny. Uh, Hopefully we don't have to do that, but it's a discipline to check on the upper right corner and say, okay, it's still on. And then and I will, and Joni and I will spotlight you. And what that tradition that we have, Joni, that we say that. You say it.
So our first performer is going to be John. John is exempted from this tradition as the first performer. But we have a tradition of when it is your turn to perform, before you start your song, before you start introducing your song, to spend a minute just giving the person who performed before you that, hey, this is what I loved about your song. This is what really touched me in what you were saying. So, you know, that's always a nice way to keep this very personable and friendly, which is what PMN is all about in terms of music.
Okay.
So, singing for a livable future, I am really excited to hear all these different perspectives of what that could mean. And without further ado, I will introduce John Kloss. John, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, where you are, and what the song is that you are going to be presenting to us.
Thanks, Joanie. I'm in Sudbury, Ontario, Canada, and we're right next door to the United States. The joke around here is that it's like being in bed with an elephant. When they roll over, we get squashed. You know. Anyways, thought I'd tell a joke. This is the. Oh, wait a second. Now I got to get this. Close that. I'm definitely unmuted. This song, I brought it to the songwriters. If I had a song workshop a couple of times, and got a lot of help from the people there. I highly recommend people, if you're writing songs, it's well worth taking your song there. You get a lot of good ideas and manage to make the song a little stronger every time. So I actually brought that there. I brought it there twice, and both times I got great ideas. It's called Never Enough. Forests burn, ashes fall, blue sky fades to gray, every breath the price we pay. Wildfires fed by selfish hands tear the earth apart. Never enough, never enough. When will enough be enough? Never enough, never enough. When will enough be enough? Ego swells, spirit fades, joy's consumed by gold. All wonder, bought and sold. No beauty can withstand greedy eyes. Greedy eyes turn the soul from grace. Never enough, never enough. When will enough be enough? Never enough, never enough. When will enough be enough? Money talks, hunger grows, more to starve every day. Well, good food is thrown away. Children's tears can't break twisted hearts. Twisted hearts have no room for love. It's never enough. There's never enough. When will enough be enough? Never enough. Never enough. When will enough be enough? What's the cost? Reflect the loss. Privilege confused and abused. Take a chance. Join the dance. give more than you are asked to. Selfish hands tear the earth apart.
Such a good one. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
I am going to invite up Ryc Ward. Rick, there you are.
Yes. I hope you can hear me all right. My phone said I had original sound already. I don't know. Does it sound like it?
Yeah. Yeah, we're hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay. What a catchy tune! It really, it's got a good hook to it, and just hearing it from across the border really brings home how we are united in our shared humanity, because everything that affects us affects everybody, and how not only we all of who we are in this country, but in the world too. It's cool about that. Now I got that song in my brain. Oh my God, it's too true, you guys. All right, so I like to do my version of Pierce Pettis's version of a song by Rod McDonald. It's called Every Living Thing. I thought it'd be perfect for this occasion. I hope you can hear that guitar all right. If I bring it closer to the phone, you might hear it better.
We were hearing you fine.
All right, I can still... Seem like there ought to be a way. I'm gonna close this door. Seem like there ought to be a way to look each other in the eye. See, we're all in this together. Put all thoughts, victory aside. Seem like there ought to be a way to turn some fear into trust. No matter what you say, there has to be a way. Every living thing is counting on us. Seem like there ought to be a way. Separate freedom from the flag. See what's real in the illusion. Sometimes the beauty walks around in rags. Seem like there ought to be agreement. We would rather live in peace and fight. No matter what you say, there has to be a way. Every living thing is on our side. seem like if there's a God in heaven, we must have been but here to get along. See that life is for the living, to leave a life living when we're done. Seem like ship out on the ocean must fly on the wing of a dove. No matter what you say, there has to be a way. Every living thing, reason enough. No matter what you say, there has to be a way. Every living thing is reason enough.
Beautiful, 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 Ryc. So nice. I'm going to invite up Paul Baker, formerly Hernández, from Managua, Nicaragua. And Paul, I know you've got something to say to Ryc and then something to introduce your song.
Right. First of all, I just noted that one, well, there was so much there, Ryc, but particularly every living thing is on our side. Because, you know, with Trump particularly rolling everything back with regard to the environment, you know, not and many other things, of course, but in this particular context, the climate crisis, much more than the environment, it is pretty depressing. But I was reading some terrific stuff by one of the former EPA directors, Tina, somebody, I can't remember her second name. And she was saying, no, there's so much going on. There's so much going on that they cannot stop. You know, Trump is living in an unreal world. He's going back to, you know, to oil when everyone else, well, huge numbers and all kinds of all kinds of peoples and initiatives and countries even, and certainly states are going forward. Yeah. So that was wonderful. I love that song. Thank you so much. For myself, coming from Nicaragua, you know, Nicaragua is getting pretty bad press these days, but I wanted to focus more on Sandino than Nicaragua as such, because Sandino's, you know, he's famous. He is our great national hero, famous for chucking out the Marines. Okay. But actually, his revolution was much more profound, which was to actually begin to establish in Nicaragua or a society, local and, in his view, national and eventually global, as a cooperative enterprise that is totally caring for the earth, healthcare, schooling for all, you know, the usual good stuff, equality of gender, race, and labor, and all of that. And of course, that's why we old white guys had him murdered, naturally, because that is so totally antithetical to old white guy society, empire and the rest. And one can scoff at that because it seems ludicrously idealistic. But Ryc's song was just showing, no, every living thing is on our side. The dead things are on their side. And isn't it really learning to truly cooperate, our only chance of a livable future? We say one planet, one people. It has to be that way, unless if we want to, you know, cope with the ever-growing climate crisis, which underpins and overwhelms every other issue when you think about it. The great thing about it is it challenges us to rethink all those issues and to reimagine our responses to them in an unprecedented creativity. So anyway, I wrote this song called Hang in There, Che Guevara. It was originally going to be based on Chuck Berry's Rollover Beethoven. It was going to be Rollover Che, because Sandino, or Che with his guns and all of that, seemed so much last century. Yeah, but And Sandino, with his cooperative society and the building, healthcare, earth-based, all the rest of it, was absolutely what we need today. But of course, Che was looking for exactly the same thing. So eventually it became Hang in There, Che Compa. And it's expressed most beautifully by Victor Jara in Ni Chicha ni Limonada. He says, our goal, bread, shelter, song and friendship for her and him, for me and you. And then it ends with Martin Luther King. So roll the tape, buddy. I'm sorry I can't sing it, but here we go.
Eric, I think you need to unmute. You're still muted.
Here we go.
When you share, sometimes you have to put the sound on. There's a button for that.
I just did that, yeah. Okay, here we go.
This first part has no sound.
Oh, good.
No, it doesn't have sounds until Paul comes on.
That's right. From the Sierra Maestra to Bolivia's north, did all you could, no one could have done more. But the times they are changing, Earth's in a big old jam. Hang in the Che Guevara, Augusto says, Sandinos are took on the Yankees, him and his hand. Let's make Sandino president, no please, no more land. Built La Comuna as the way we have to be. Hang in there, Che Compa, Sandino's with thee. From the Sierra Maestra to Bolivia's mouth, you did all you could, no one could have done more. But the times they are changing, that's in a big old jam. Hang in the Che Guevara, Augusto says, Sandinos are. So he fought them to a standstill till Uncle they cried. The gringos surprised God was not on their side. The great northern vulture was just ready for the pluck. Ran into Sandino, ran out of luck. From the Sierra Maestra to Bolivia's north, you did all you could, no one could have done more. But the times they are changing, that's in a big old jam. Hang in the Che Guevara, Augusto Sandinos Armand. Peoples together was key to his goal. No Indians, no Spanish, just that one great big soul. No north, south, black, white, all unequal, just one worldwide family. One planet, one people. From the Sierra Maestra to Bolivia's north, you did all you could, no one could have done more. But the times they are changing, that's in a big old jam. Hang in the Che Guevara, Augusto says, Sandinos Armand. Peace, growing things, community like Che, these made Augusto tick. Education for the children, health for all the sick. Bread, shelter, song and friendship for all their loving scheme. With El Che and Sandino sing. we have a dream.
Thank you, Paul. Yeah, what does one say after that? That said a lot. So I'm gonna pass it on to Joel, who's gonna come up to perform now. And Joel, go ahead and
Hi, Paul. A couple of words about your song. What I really liked about your song was how accessible it was.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if people watching you right now notice this, but out in YouTube land and out in Facebook land, you might not see how everybody on this Zoom checkerboard, everybody was grooving, everybody was getting with it, and it wasn't loud and overbearing. It was accessible and laid back, which I find most easy to appreciate. So thank you, Paul.
Okay.
I'd like to change my visual for just a moment. I'd like to show you this. This is Leonard Peltier, and a Native American who spent 49 years in a maximum security prison for something that happened at Wounded Knee many years ago. And presidents get to pardon people. He was never really pardoned. Joe Biden commuted his sentence, which means he has to stay at home in the reservation, but at least he's free now. He's 80 years old. His health is not good. And so after this, I'm in Kingston, New York. I'll be going to Woodstock, where there's a benefit, a fundraiser for his health. So that's what's going on here. So singing for a livable future, it all starts with us. And there are a lot of things we can say. I don't have any answers, but I do have a question. Are you brave? Are you brave enough for love? Do you feel, when you feel your feelings, you're putting on a show? Eyes are staring, people laugh at what you think you know. You know, if you were human, you may have human needs. A ghost that haunts, that's what a want is. We've been to where that leads. But are you brave? Are you brave enough? Are you brave enough for love? Hurting causes hurting, and hurting is a sin. Would be a fool born of that school to not know where he's been. But if I'm ever happy, I'm going to let you in. I've got to find the courage to lose before I win. But am I brave? Am I brave enough? Am I brave enough for love? Feeling, fighting, feeling, people and people too. What can I feel, what think, or say in order to break through? And am I brave? Am I brave enough? Am I brave enough for love? Country fighting country. No one seems to win. In their heads, out of their minds. That's how it's always been. But all of the king's horses All of the king's men had never asked a question that I think of now and then. Were they brave? Were they brave enough? Were they brave enough for love? Believing is perceiving with our narrow point of view, and perception, hey now there's a weapon we've trained on me and you. And are we brave? Are we brave enough? Are we brave enough for love? Are we brave? Are we brave enough? Brave enough for love?
Great song. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I mean, that, it's like everybody thinks brave is the aggressive thing instead of the ability to love. I really, really appreciate that, Joel.
Thank you. Yeah.
And good luck
No
at the.
answers, just a lot of questions.
Yeah. Well.
But we got it. Asking the right questions helps to make solutions. So
Exactly. And the people that don't ask questions are the ones that are just, kind of swallowing whatever they're being
if
fed.
you think you know it all, you don't. That's the
Yeah.
point.
Well, yeah. I am not seeing Clare here.
No.
I know that she was here before, but I do not see her now. So, Steve Suffet, are you able to?
Yes. I noticed Claire wasn't there either.
Okay, good. So you were on it.
I was on it. Joel, I heard that song a long time ago. I'm not going to expand on what Joanie said, but I will say this. Landy is an anagram for Dylan. However, it's not Dylan, it's Phil Oakes that I hear you channeling. I hear really touches of Oakes in that particular song. Now, I've heard some of your more recent songs, and I don't hear that same resonance of Phil in them. So I think in your early songs, you were really consciously trying to be inspired by him, and you succeeded.
Thank you.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, well, that was an influence, a deep one. Yes, thanks.
Okay. Introductions. This is a song I started writing at about 11 o'clock last night, and I'm not sure if it's finished yet. Ain't nobody gonna give us our freedom. Now ain't nobody gonna give us our freedom. Now ain't nobody gonna give us our freedom until we take freedom for ourselves. Why, try that with me at home? Ain't nobody gonna give us our freedom. No, ain't nobody gonna give us our freedom. Ain't nobody gonna give us our freedom till we take our freedom for ourselves. There ain't nobody gonna do us justice. Said there ain't nobody gonna do us justice. There ain't nobody gonna do us justice till we do justice to ourselves. And there ain't nobody gonna make it peaceful. Ain't nobody gonna make it peaceful. Ain't nobody gonna make it peaceful till we make peaceful for ourselves. Ain't nobody gonna end oppression. Ain't nobody gonna end oppression. Ain't nobody gonna end oppression till we end oppression for ourselves. There ain't no boss gonna give us higher wages. Ain't no boss gonna give us higher wages. Ain't no boss gonna give us higher wages till we demand them for ourselves. Ain't nobody gonna treat us loving. Ain't nobody gonna treat us loving. Ain't nobody gonna treat us loving till we treat loving for ourselves. Go back to where we began and blend it there. Ain't nobody gonna give us freedom. Ain't nobody gonna give us freedom. Ain't nobody gonna give us freedom till we take freedom for ourselves. Ain't nobody gonna give us freedom, a traditional song that I wrote last night.
But that's exactly what it is. It is a. Oh wait, what did I didn't mean to get rid of you. Hang on. Where are you? Let's bring Steve back up here.
I got it.
Here I am.
Okay, there you are. All right, and Eric, bring yourself up too, because you're next. Yeah, Steve, I'm sitting there thinking, oh, here's another Steve Suffet song that I need to learn, because it's that zipper song that gets everybody involved, and it totally sounds like a traditional song, even though it was written last night. So thank you. That was and like Joel was saying, I mean, everybody was singing along and grooving along. It's that kind of participatory song. Thank you.
So, Stephen, are you coming from us? Where are you coming from? Where are you singing from?
Where am I singing from? Woodside, Queens, in New York City.
Are you in Queens? Okay.
Yeah.
Sort of my hometown. You know, my family was in Jackson Heights for a while.
I grew up in Jackson Heights. That was my hometown. I went to PS 69 and to Junior High 145.
Okay, so but Steve has been one of our wonderful PMM member who connect us with the UK membership and wonderful musicians and artists there. But thank you for that song because it is so much tradition and grounded in tradition without being saying you are, which is really nice because it's in the form, it is the simplicity that makes a song powerful, and you cover a lot of the issues in a simple song, which I wish I can write something like that. But thank you, Steve, that was great.
Okay, thank you.
So
and now we are I am going to introduce my co-host, Eric, who is out in California. I will remove my spotlight, and Eric, you take it away.
So we've been all over the different parts of the world, and I'm in California, and I'm grateful to PMN for starting this whole online thing because that's how I'm the only online member ever, only, so I'm really pleased to be able to share my music. And I want to give a shout out to John Claus, saying that if I had a song, which is our regular monthly program, which Joanie and I are part of coordinating, and we bring your new songs, bring your things that you're working on, and I'm going to be sharing one of the songs that was worked on. And if I had a song for a couple of years, took 2 years to write this song, and And I sang it at the pre-inaugural interfaith gathering to pray. And they wanted a musical interlude, and this is the song I wrote for it. And I was trying to find images and metaphor for hope. And I think as songwriters and poets, we have a responsibility to offer these images and ideas and concepts to empower people to have hope. So this is called Longing to Be Born. There's a song in the throats of the dawning birds, longing to be born. There's a poem in these strange and anxious words, longing to be born. There's a color aspiring when red meets blue, longing to be born. There's a wider truth beyond our different views, longing to be born. There's a hope buried deep in our common grief, longing to be born. There's a love, a weaving grace in our fears, beliefs, longing to be born. There's a peace in the cracks of our war-torn land, longing to be born. There's a blessing in every extended hand, longing to be born. Can you hear them? Don't you fear them? These longings that will never die. Oh, when you feel them, just reveal them. This longing that will keep us alive. And when you see them, let us free them. This longing that has always been here throughout the land. Will you say yes to the promises with our hearts in our hands? So these blessings, oh, these blessings can be born. There's a tree living in every tiny seed, longing to be born. There's a fertile land that will meet all our needs, longing to be born. There's a common ground between our separate ways, longing to be born. There's a place that's safe for our children to play, longing to be born. There's a place that's safe for our children to play, longing to be born. Thank you.
Oh, what a beautiful song. Thank you. Ugh, and that it's a waltz, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just definitely experienced that dancing and singing that song, and so touching, very, very touching. Thank you, Eric. I am going to call up Mark Hecker. And Mark, there you are. Make sure you unmute. Make sure original sound is on.
Am I unmuted?
You're unmuted.
Yes,
Just
you
make
are.
sure that original sound is on before you start to play.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on just a second. More. Enable original sound. Okay, I've got it
All
enabled.
right, wonderful. So yeah, Mark, tell Eric your thoughts about his song, and then introduce yours.
It's a song that I would remember. It has a bucolic factor to it, and it's a very positive thinking song, which I think goes with the theme of this particular series of songs that we're hearing. We hear some negative stuff about anti-war stuff during these, about countries that can't come to peace and so forth. And this is a song of hopefulness, and I kind of like the arpeggio factor that you put in your voice during, the last lines to the different verses. I'm going to be doing a song. I don't know
Thank you.
how many of you are familiar with the late Tom Lehrer, who died about a week ago at the age of 97. He was a pioneer of satirical music in the United States from the time he was a college student in the 50s up until practically until his death a week or two ago at age 97. And I'm going to do a song, and some of his songs are very, very, he did the music and lyrics to his songs. And so he's sort of like, I can think of my son, the folk singer, what the heck, I don't remember what his name was, but this particular song, he came out in an album called That Was the Year That Was in 1965, which was his best-selling record. And he had written songs for a satirical weekly TV series called That Was the Week That Was. So this song was done on that show, and it's been very popular since it still has a currency to it. So long, Mom, I'm off to drop the bomb, so don't wait up for me. But while you swelter down there in your shelter, you can see me on your TV while we're attacking frontally. Watch Brinkley and Huntley describing contrapuntally the cities we have lost. No need for you to miss a minute of the agonizing Holocaust. Yeah! Little Johnny Jones, he was a U.S. pilot, and no shrinking violet was he. He was mighty proud when War III was declared. He wasn't scared, no siree. And this is what he said on his way to Armageddon. So long, Mom, I'm off to drop the bomb, so don't wait up for me. But though I may roam, I'll come back to my home, although it may be a pile of debris. Remember, Mommy, I'm off to get a commie, so send me a salami and try to smile somehow. I'll look for you when this war is over, an hour and a half from now. Thank you.
Oh, I remember that song. Thank you. Mark. All right. I am going to call up Pasi Bas, Patient Ingunzi. Pasi, you are muted still. So bringing you up. There you go. Oh, wait.
Can you hear me?
There you are. Yeah. So Patient, go ahead and introduce yourself. I've been calling you Pasi, but I'm not sure if that's like, how you want everyone to know you. And tell us where you are. We got your contact information from People's Music Network member Lucy Murphy, and she spoke highly of you as a human being and what you are doing in the DRC and of your music. And we'd love to hear both your music and who you are.
Yes, thank you. My name is Patient Igonzi, but my music and artist name is Pasi. I'm a bass player, guitar player, and a singer, songwriter. And I work with Friends of the Congo. And from Front of the Congo, I knew Lucy, who is a great musician and artist. It's a pleasure for me. I sing about solidarity, love, and unity from Congo, Africa, and all over the world. And I think I'm going to perform the song called African Congo. I sing in English, French, Lingala, and Swahili. And I'm going to sing with my daughter here. Let's go. Tolingana, tosangana, biso baso baraya tatemoko. Matemana ngane tindela kinga, naloba maloba hoyo. Africa in peace, we are strong. Congolese united, we are strong. Africa in peace, we are strong. Congolese united, we are strong. Tulingana, tusangana, Africa, toyukana, bana ya Congo. Etoko tamula, mokana biso. Tufate mufano wa Patrice Lumumba. Tufate mufano wa Kwame Nkrumah. L'unité africaine, oh, oh, oh. Africa in peace, we are strong. Congolese united, we are strong. Africa in peace, we are strong. Nous disons non à la guerre bébé. Nous disons non à la reine bébé. Ici chez nous, il n'y a pas Congo. Ici chez nous, il n'y a pas Ghana. Africa in peace, we are strong. Congolese united, we are strong. Africa in peace, we are strong. Congolese united, we are strong. Thank you. Yay.
Woohoo! Pasi, what is your daughter's name?
What's your name?
My name is Victoria.
Her name is Victoria. Yes.
Victoria. Thank you so much for singing with your dad. That was so wonderful. And we are hoping just to put it out to the PMN audience. Pasi and I have been talking about setting up a concert that would be dedicated to his fellow musicians and friends in the DRC, where they can share with us both more of their music. That was gorgeous. So more of their music and a little bit about the experience that they're having right now that is not getting the proper headlines that it should be getting in world media. So Pasi, thank you so much. I know this was a big effort to make this happen. And Victoria, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Nice.
Storm, you are next, but we have Clare back. And Clare is having some connectivity issues as well.
Please.
Sorry?
Put her on first, please.
Okay, so that's exactly what I was going to check with you. We'll bring Clare up now, and then Storm left. Alrighty, so let's bring Clare up. Eric, are you seeing where she is?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Hiya.
Good.
How are you doing?
You need to turn on your camera, Claire. So
I'm not
I
going to
can-
turn it on just yet because I'm actually driving to a pier to
Oh,
get reception because I live in the middle of nowhere. And my problem has been that I've had no coverage. So I'm almost at St. Finian's Bay Pier, but I would be prosecuted by the one policeman in a 60-mile radius if he came. So you're currently getting a video, a screenshot of me rather than. So I was just, if you can put somebody on before me, then I
Okay.
will be at the pier in a moment.
Absolutely.
Thank you for
put
having me.
Storm back on.
All right. Well, Storm has just stepped out.
Oh, okay.
So, let me throw myself in here now, and
Okay.
and then we will get back online with our let's take Storm. There we go. Okay. All right. Making sure my musician sound is on. So my name is Joanie Calem, and I am from a variety of places, but I currently live in Columbus, Ohio, in the middle of the United States. Columbus is often known as the place where chain restaurants like McDonald's and Wendy's roll out their new tests because they figure if it'll fly in Columbus, Ohio, it will fly anywhere. So it's considered like the ultimate in American taste. I don't know what that is. I'm going to sing about a song from an entirely other part of the world. This is a song that I actually wrote on September 11th, which is infamous in American calendar. I was sitting on the porch of one of my close friends in Israel last September, and it was incredibly heartbreaking to be in Israel with everything that is happening in Israel and Gaza and the West Bank. And this is a song that was inspired is not exactly the right word, but certainly there is a very famous old Jewish folk tune that essentially says the whole world is a long, narrow bridge, but the main point is to not walk through life afraid. So this song was kind of grew out of that song singing in my head. And when you hear the Hebrew and the Arabic, they are saying that peace is a very narrow bridge. At the end, you will hear some other languages because, of course, war is not only happening in the Middle East. It is happening in a lot of different places on the planet right now. And though America doesn't tend to think of itself as at war, my experience of America these days is very much one of a very, very horrible war going on. Many people are dying in this war, but lots more people are just dying to polarization. So that's my intro. I hear your words, your cries, your tears. We both say we want peace here. We both say we know the way to make that dream come true someday. I walk that narrow mountain ridge. I walk that narrow shaky bridge. Shalom ugesher tsar me'od. Assalamu jisr deik jidan. I see the pain inside your eyes. I feel the anger that divides. Hatred wants the other gone. Wars go on and on and on. I walk that narrow mountain ridge. I walk that narrow shaky bridge. Shalom ugesher tsar me'od. Assalamu jisr deik jidan. We each think we know what's right. Some even say it's right to fight. We each think we know what's true. I don't see the things you do. I look over here. Pain, trauma, and fear. I look over there. Pain and trauma everywhere. I walk that narrow mountain ridge. I walk that narrow shaky bridge. Shalom ugesher tsar me'od. Assalamu jisr deik jidan. We walk that narrow mountain ridge. We walk that narrow shaky bridge. Shalom ugesher tsar me'od. Assalamu jisr deik jidan. Mirato chanuski most. Mirce duže vuzki mist. Le peton pontre et toi. Amanini de raja jembamba sana. Peace is a very narrow bridge. Thank you. Hey, back to hosting.
Thank you, Joanie. That was wonderful. It was just steady and made your point. It was great. I rearranged some things I put in the chat, the people performance. Hope that's okay. So
Absolutely.
I'm still waiting for Clare to get to her place where she can connect. So now we have Storm.
Now we have Storm. Storm, right after I told you you were going to be after Clare, we got to Clare and Clare couldn't. So, yay, Storm.
Yep, some things have to happen at certain times. But that's all right. Yeah, and that was a gorgeous song and definitely full of hope. I am going to do something slightly different. This song is originally designed to have a call and response, and the part that's a call and response is actually just 3 words that are spoken or yelled. A couple of people have experienced this song before. It does work on Zoom because you don't have to worry about the lag. But I'll start off doing it And if any brave souls understand after a couple of verses what needs to happen, you're welcome to join in. I'm going to start with a poem. And I wrote the song in July, and unfortunately it's only become more true and more absurd. So this is the world we live in. Bringing the islands nearer. It would be safer to turn back, to hug the shore and swim only in marked channels or roped-off lanes. Still, the long-distance swimmer thrusts out past the last buoy, wrestles with the currents, and endures the sea. Years of practice and patience have honed each muscle, taught the body to respond to ever-changing conditions. Each stroke brings the islands nearer, though this time they may never be reached. Send the Marines, send the Marines. The thought of it's insane, the gesture just obscene. Send the Marines. They're protesting at the Tesla store. Send the Marines.
Send the Marines.
Your girlfriend doesn't love you anymore.
Send the Marines.
Send the Marines, send the Marines. The thought of it's insane, the gesture just obscene. Send the Marines. There's lots of rallies going on.
Send the Marines.
Send the Marines.
They're calling you the Taco Don.
Send the Marines.
Send the Marines, send the Marines. The thought of it's insane, the gesture just obscene. Send the Marines.
Send the Marines.
There's trouble in your favorite bar.
Send the Marines.
Two black men are driving a fancy car.
Send the Marines.
Send the Marines, send the Marines. The thought of it's insane, the gesture just obscene. Send the Marines.
Send the Marines.
They're blockading off a city street.
Send the Marines.
Send the
You think
Marines.
this site is really neat.
Send the Marines.
How
Send the
about
Marines.
some tanks and planes too? It's my birthday. Send the Marines. Send the Marines. The thought of it's insane. The gesture just obscene. Send the Marines.
Send the Marines.
Congress won't pass your latest bill.
Send the Marines.
There's children playing on a grassy hill.
Send the Marines.
Send the Marines, send the Marines. The thought of it's insane. The gesture just obscene. Send the Marines.
Send the Marines.
Paper called you weak and fat.
Send the Marines.
The voter is a Democrat.
Send the Marines.
Send the Marines, send the Marines. The thought of it's insane. The gesture just obscene. Send the Marines.
Send the
There's
Marines.
graffiti on a federal wall.
Send the Marines.
Marines.
Some folks just don't like you at all.
Send the Marines.
Send the Marines, send the Marines. The thought of it's insane. The gesture just obscene. Send the Marines.
Send the
The
Marines.
TV comedian's not your friend.
Send the
Send the
Marines.
Marines.
To make sure your reign will never end.
Send
Send
the
the
Marines.
Marines.
Send the Marines, send the Marines. The thought of it's insane. The gesture just obscene. Send the Marines.
Send the
Send the
Marines.
Send the Marines, send the Marines. The truth is you're insane. Your reality is a TV screen. Send the Marines. And now stretched out with all sorts of gusto, everybody unmute and send the
Marines. The best possible use of Zoom. Thank you, Storm. Oh, that was wonderful.
Absolutely.
So, okay, I'm
Thank
going
you all.
this is Send in the Clowns, right? Steve Sondheim, right? Okay, Stephen Sondheim. So I just heard someone else spoofing that song. It was an Ohio song. Instead of Send in the Clowns, it was Send in the Browns. Because apparently, for any football followers, the Cleveland Browns are hopeless. So send in the Marines echoes that hopeless status. Oh, that was perfect. All right. So without further ado, we are going to go across the pond. We will. There they are. So unmute and introduce yourselves.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
North County Meads, can you hear us okay?
Yes.
As long as we're not too loud. This is Graham Don and I'm Niamh Parsons. And we're honoured and delighted to be invited. And we're going to sing a song written by Ron Kavanagh called Sweet Reconciliation. And it's a beautiful song. And he wrote it around 1994, which is when I learnt it, during the very first almost successful peace process in the north of Ireland. It was broken. It was broken by February, unfortunately. But the song, he was also going through a divorce, so it had a double meaning, the song. And I haven't sung it for a long time. And I certainly haven't sung it with Graham on this particular instrument, which is, Graham?
It's a mandolin and it's a guitar.
Oh
Mandolin
wow.
guitar. It's a guitar player's cheat for playing mandolin.
Oh, I'm going to look for one of those.
That's beautiful, eh?
Yeah, it's gorgeous sounding. Amazing. Okay.
So yeah, hi, I'm Graham and I'm a guitar player. Oh, sorry, I thought this was Guitar Players Anonymous.
When summertime has gone and autumn winds are threatening to blow our love away, it's then love will be tested. Arm and arm will stand, side by side together, to face the common foe that would tear our love asunder. Tooralooralay, tooralooraladi, tooralooralay, Ye fair weather friend, where are you now? I need you. Gone like the autumn sun on dark December morning, when hard times come around, like cold and stormy weather. There's only you and I, my love, to shelter one another. Tooralooralay, tooralooraladi, tooralooralay. Now there's a time to fight, and there's a time for healing, as the sun will melt the snow on clear bright April morning. Our fight has run its course. Now is the time for healing. So let us both embrace sweet reconciliation. Touralorelay, Touralorelady, Touralorelay, Touralorelay, Touralorelady, Touralorelay, Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah. And you all, of course, got to us through Steve Suffet, Steve and Marilyn Suffet. So thank you to Steve and Marilyn for
Absolutely.
inviting
Thank
Neve
you.
and Graham.
Thank you, Steve and Marilyn. We miss you. We'd love to see you sometime, but we don't know.
Love to see you again. I should add that a lot of my contacts in Ireland and in Britain are because of this singers club, and because of the person who organized the Donie Carroll, who's one of the top Irish singers in America. But it allowed a lot of connections, and I really value those connections that we made through the singers club, and it's given us, as I say, people in Britain and people in Ireland into our circle.
Yeah, it's given us a whole new community. You know, it's just wonderful.
Yeah, we were just asking. Gray wants to hear Marilyn's accent because he.
Oh, yes, and Graham, you like it also. I know.
Yeah, we could put it on a little stronger and a little more intense if you want.
Yeah, can we hear a recitation, please, in that accent specifically?
Yeah, we could do that if you want.
I haven't lived in Brooklyn since I was 5 years old, but I never.
You want a Queen's accent? We give you a Queen's accent.
Thank you so much, and thanks, Joanie, for organizing this, and Eric.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna put Steve and Marilyn off spotlight, and we're gonna bring up Clare. Right? Oops, Steve and Marilyn are back. Hang on. I love Zoom.
I think we're going to Melissa and David.
Oh, thank you. I was trying to get back to the back to the list. Okay. So for Melissa and David, the rest of us have to go away so that we can experience the amazing thing they do. So Melissa and David, go ahead and introduce yourselves. But I would invite you also to do a little bit of speaking about how you came up with this, because when you performed together at the Transatlantic Song Swap last month, everybody was like, whoa, how did they do this?
But we're really happy to do that. Before we do that, though, I know we want to say a few words about the previous performance, that was just an absolutely spectacular, moving rendition of a beautiful song. And I know, David, you're going to want to add more to that.
Melissa, you just took the words right out of my mouth and mind. That is one of my absolute favourite songs. I know it's one of Melissa's too, and it was on our shortlist to sing today, and I'm so glad that we did not sing it, because the tears in my eyes are just so moving. The sentiment, the delivery, everything, it just speaks volumes. The livable world that we all wish to bring. Reconciliation. Sweet reconciliation. So, Melissa?
So we are, Melissa and David, together we call ourselves Confluence. I'm from California, David from the UK. David, do you want to address how we do this before I introduce our song?
Talk about giving me the awkward job. I don't know what to say, really. We just get together. We just sing songs that we like. We work out our own arrangements of them. We practice. We rehearse.
And we pray that Zoom cooperates every now and then. It's been quite the challenge to deal with the Zoom lag, and Zoom has improved over the years we've been doing this, and we are so grateful for that. We like to sing songs that are positive and uplifting and talk about the world that we want to see, and that's really what this next song is about. It's called Build the World. It's written by Greg Artzner and Terry Leonino, who perform as Magpie. If you are not familiar with Magpie, I really encourage you to look them up, take a listen. They are awesome songwriters, wonderful performers, great people. And this is a more recent song of theirs that we fell in love with when we heard it, and we are just really honored to have the opportunity to sing this for you today.
Okay, when you're ready?
I'm ready.
Build the world that we want to see, where we live in peace, from fear we're free. False borders fall, we'll join hand in hand, till the arc of justice touches every land.
Build the world that we want to see, where we live in peace, from fear we're free. False borders fall, we'll join hand in hand, till the arc of justice touches every land.
Where the people's will shall never fail to rout the tyrant and support the frail.
Seek the righteous path of honesty, deem the high and haughty of low degree.
Where every soul gets what they need, no one takes more by graft and greed.
Work, wealth, joy, hardship, we'll all share, and no one will yearn to be a billionaire.
Build the world that we want to see, where we live in peace, from fear we're free.
False borders fall, we'll join hand in hand,
till the arc of justice touches every land.
where we see with a vision clear how our blunders bear on our biosphere.
where our living planets honor true, from mountain glaciers to oceans blue.
Where we take from her only to give back, no carbon burning up a black smokestack.
Our leaders follow that healing way and work to save her every day.
Build the world that we want to see, where we live in peace, from fear we're free.
False borders fall, we'll join hand in hand,
Till the arc of justice touches every land.
where in compassion all people live, and the noblest action is to forgive. With one another we seek accord, respect and dignity are restored.
Where armies stand down everywhere, swords finally become plowshares. Tranquility will then increase, when weapons of war shall rust in peace.
Build the world that we want to see,
where we live in peace.
From fear we're free.
False borders fall.
We'll join hand in hand,
Till the arc of justice touches every land.
Build the world that we want to see, where we live in peace, from fear we're free, false borders fall, we'll join hand in hand, till the arc of justice touches every land.
Till the arc of justice touches every
land. Well done.
Gorgeous song, gorgeous use of Zoom, and and Storm is saying they actually sang in anticipation of the lag, and then the lag makes it sound in sync. So I love humans' ability to rise above technology's little tricks. And I don't know if you noticed, but Magpie are well known to People's Music Network. They were artists in residence one year at one of our gatherings, and so there is a possibility that they may be. There has been talk that they may be doing a fundraising concert for People's Music Network this coming fall. So that's not confirmed yet, but that is in the planning. So thank you, David and Melissa.
Thank you, Joanie.
Let's bring Claire. Are you put something here? Okay.
Hey, there she is.
All right. Let's see if Claire can come up there. Claire, you're still driving?
No, I'm not home, but I'm in.
You're parked.
I'm going to show you where I am now. Can I turn my video around now?
Yeah, you'll have to turn your phone.
No, but is there not a way of me turning my video around?
What does that mean?
Oh, yes, there is. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take you out
look at
in the
that.
wind. I deliberately drove here so you'd see this. And you've got the Skellig's Rocks in front of you. And the next stop is New York. And sorry, we've had a beautiful day, but it's now. So I've just driven down here. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I've been living in Horgan for 17 years, and I only discovered this place when I started volunteering, helping asylum seekers and refugees in Carsavine. And I discovered this place, and it's where I bring everyone to blow their minds. This guy is obviously on his way. So I'm just walking to the edge here. Hopefully I won't fall in. Just wanted you to see this, and then I'll sing a song about the area, right? Okay.
Right.
So I'm hanging on to the edge here. So if you look here at the Skelligs, you're looking at what looks like one piece of rock in the middle, but it's two. One is the greatest population of gannets in the world, and that's the one on the left. And the taller of the, I don't know if you can see it, can you? It's in the mist.
Well, we see like the two slopes going up from the water.
Yeah. But in the distance, you should see the Skelligs rocks. And I'll send you a better picture of them before the Zoom finishes as well. But anyway, and that's a monastic settlement, and it was kind of evacuated in the 11th century. The monks came back into the mainland and set up in the village I live in now, the town of the Skelligs, or Ballinskelligs. So I just couldn't think of anywhere more peaceful to bring you, really, and the whole area is fairly peaceful, but thought it would be nice and maybe sing a song about the landscape. So I have a choice of an Irish one or an English one, and I'd like you to decide for me.
Oh no, you decide. you choose. Either one would be wonderful.
Well, I was doing fine until Niamh Parsons appeared on the feed.
Go ahead with us.
Niamh is one of my absolute favorite singers, and she's, as I said to her when I met her, and we had a very funny chat at the Willie Clancy there a few years ago. Every time I'm looking for a song to learn, she's recorded it or she has something to do with it. So whatever song I pick, she'll probably have recorded it before. And Graham, of course, is fantastic as well. So anyway, I suppose I feel like I'm probably the only person singing in Irish if I sing an Irish song. Should I go back into the car and sing it, or can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, so
In
whatever
Irish,
works for you.
please.
Yeah, and Steve is saying an Irish song, please. Oh, look
An
at
Irish
how
song.
beautiful.
Okay, so you couldn't make this up. Anyway, this is a story about a song called Modern Vogol in a Mána Scalog, and it's a lovely soft morning in the Bay of Ballinskelligs. So about a mile down the coast where I live now, a boat set out in 1804 to say mass on the Skelligs rocks for the Pattern Day, which is the feast of Saint Michael. And when you have a Pattern Day, when you have a patron saint, you often have a well associated with it. You have the churches are named after it. But Saint Michael, which is the Skelligs rocks, this distance which you can't really see. But anyway, so basically, what happened was they went out to say mass, and they had very able boatmen, which was great. There you go. Here I am. They had very able boatmen, and people were saying prayers, but it was very early in the morning, and they all kind of fell asleep there was no engines or anything, so they were rowing. And in the process of rowing, I'm going to be blown off here. In the process of rowing, suddenly the beautiful soft morning became a crazy wind, a little bit like today. It's about to be an amazing storm, and we've had, sunbathing weather all day. So, but this happened very quickly, and they were in fear of their lives. And in the heel of the hunt, they ended up tacking in by Valentia Island, which I've just come off of now, and they end up in Port Magee, the town of Magee, drinking flagons of cider, and basically a priest had been on board, and he had been saying prayers, and between the crewmanship of the crew and the heavenly prayers and divine providence, everyone, the fog shield slán, so they ended up safe and at home. Anyway, there you go. So a bit of near tragedy, a bit of worry, and a bit of religion, and a bit of drink at the end. So there you go. Will I sing? Can you hear me?
Yes, please sing. Yeah, we can hear you great.
There's 16 or 17 verses, so get comfortable. I'll just do 2. Maybe 3. He thinks I'm joking. Okay. Modern Vogol in Mána Scalog, Dole Trial Conna Bryn Rover Day. Dairi gan tu rover savariga. Le fooder farina dor the gray. The vakni gan crew. Gas is all the hasuda. Again of on court. Anus gandarira. Nor a vegan firstúr, asma on the frabusa. The vir simchala is to shiv me. Keiki on bod, ervan vadenu. So she my dear is the bordeal. Nor a squeal of dark night is gordy roiher. Ja chloric naga she a gross marfile. The yenemer istora course a tarinka. Srana brule na hunter toe. Near a floor scare on feet on wing go dangin sheer. Go naimer go carry glass or nay. Beyond tired dear much go gin egg a queer cherry nun angel on crew yaxer. The hulas who say in Octor Farahish, nor Durche on Padir, O Sorgungle. The Glanamer, Queen Cherry, Gilcarrock, the Ungolian, yes, Gamin Tash Calem. Dear Stadamer, den scriab gonaimer, don chalaho. Augustolamer, flagon, idican vike.
Fabulous.
Brava, brava, brava.
It's a little bit scary here because I'm actually like walking like a really narrow I'm walking a really I have to show you this. I'm walking a really narrow step here.
Yeah, you're walking that narrow bridge of peace that I was talking about.
You were. So anyway, I hope that brought a little bit of diversion to you, and thank you so much for having me. I'm really sorry I had a bit of a family emergency with a car breaking down on Valencia Island earlier on, so
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Claire. And we are going to bring up, please be careful as you are walking.
It was gorgeous to see that spot, and if everything had gone according to plan, we never would have seen it.
I know, that's true. And we are bringing up Mike Elabuni. And Mike and I have never met, but I feel like they're one of my best friends. We've corresponded numerous times, and Mike joined a PMN concert back in, I don't remember, the beginning of 2024. And
almost a year ago.
You are now in Germany, right? Okay, so tell everyone what you want them to know about you and your wonderful song, and I will get out of the way.
Well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here with you all, virtually, spiritually, and in music especially. My name is Mike Elabuni, artist name Mira, the name, governmental name. I come from the Holy Land, Palestinian family carrying the Israeli passport, which is helping me be in Germany since the war started. yeah, very grateful to be here. It's really opening more and more opportunities to participate with projects and collaborations with other artists, and yeah, making a world a better place outside of politics, but more from like grassroots communities and bringing people together in many artistic ways other than mental, but more in the heart space, as they call it. So the next song I'm gonna sing is called Unity. I wrote it when I was a teenager, and when I was asking myself, what do I believe in? And I think in these days it's more and more clear that we have to kind of let go of our identities, our definitions, our labels that we're carrying, and remember that we're all one today more than ever. So yeah. I believe in the man in every woman, in the woman inside each man, in the soul within the animals, in the animal in everyone. I believe in the man in every woman, in the woman inside each man, in the soul within the animals, the animal in everyone. I believe in unity, community, build a better society. I believe in humanity, insanity, letting go of our vanity. I believe in rivers which dry and flow, plants that grow out of stones, that birds have seen the world, know that nobody wants to be alone. I believe in unity, community, build a better society, yeah. I believe in humanity, insanity, letting go of our vanity. Who am I to tell you what I'm telling you? Each one has got his gift to this world, to unwrap her, discover, unfold her, and love her, and you'll find secrets never told. Each one has got his gift to this world, to this world, to this world. I believe in unity, community, build a better society, yeah. I believe in humanity, insanity, letting go of our vanity. I believe in unity, community, build a better society, yeah. I believe in humanity, insanity, letting go of our vanity. I believe in freedom for everyone, every creature under the sun. We're all searching for love when it's inside each one of us. I believe in unity, community, build a better society, yeah. I believe in humanity, insanity, letting go of our vanity. I believe in unity, community, build a better society, yeah. I believe in humanity, insanity, letting go of our vanity. I believe in unity, community, build a better society, yeah. I believe in humanity, insanity, letting go of our vanity. I believe.
Yes. Thank you, Mike. Check out what's in the in there I am. Check out what's in the chat. A bunch of love being heaped on you in this song in the chat.
Thank you, everybody.
Wonderful, wonderful
Thank
song,
you for
and
everything
wonderful
you're doing
to hear you.
wherever
And
you are.
Wonderful to
keep
hear you
on.
and see you.
Habibi. Hopefully we do get to meet one day.
We will.
And,
We will.
yeah. Thank you, everyone. Keep spreading the love.
Let's invite up Charlene. We have
Hi there.
Charlene, go ahead and share some love with Mike.
Yeah, Mike, I thought your voice was just so powerful and clear and soaring, and your songwriting, you did write this song, correct?
Yeah.
There's a very, very interesting, elements to your songwriting. You incorporated some rap, you incorporated like a key change, and it was really, excellent composition and great, important message. And not that many, unfortunately, I don't hear the subject of oneness enough. And we need that message more and more. So thank you so much for that incredible song, Mike.
Thank you.
So I heard that on August 14th, 1935, a great thing happened in this country. And we just celebrated the 90th anniversary of the signing into law of what in America is known as Social Security. And over 70 million Americans receive their benefits. And for many people, it's their only source of income. So it's an incredibly important plan. And now it's being attacked. And as so many of our social programs are being attacked. So I decided, to write a little message about it to a friend, and I used the term socialist security, and I looked back at my email and I thought, I like that. So when I heard it was the 90th anniversary a couple of days later that was coming, I just decided I need to work on this. So I have this new song. Thank you, Joanie, for inviting me kind of last minute for today. And so I'd like to sing you my new song, and this is a perfect song for the theme of today, building a more livable future. And I call this Socialist Security. On August 14th, 35, FDR signed into law a Great Depression bill designed for relief with hope restored. A great achievement was attained through struggle, please don't forget. We the people finally gained a social safety net. Socialist security, not just for the old, for disabled and their families, injured workers left out in the cold. Socialist security, a foundation against despair. In our time of greatest need, it must always be there. Now our precious plan is in the hand of those trumpeting lies, sowing fear throughout the land as they scheme to privatize. Royalist billionaires with profits, they're obsessed. Like FDR, we mustn't fear to tax their obscene wealth. Socialist security, not just for the old, for disabled and their families, injured workers left out in the cold. Socialist security, a foundation against despair. In our time of greatest need, it must always be there. Francis Perkins and FDR, we must defend your creation. Your praises we sing while remembering you saved millions from starvation. Now many critics have decried socialism is the pits, but we cannot find those who've tried to return their benefits. I say socialist security, not just for the old, for disabled and their families, injured workers left out in the cold. I say Social Security, a foundation against despair. In our time of greatest need, it must always be there. In our time of greatest need, it must always be there.
Fantastic. You just wrote that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the 90th anniversary, I got it done by the anniversary, which is the 14th of August. And by the way, Frances Perkins was the architect of Social Security. She was the first woman to ever be in a presidential cabinet, Secretary of Labor. And I just learned about her about 15 years ago. I was never taught about her. She actually was the architect of the New Deal, and she was a proud socialist, by the way.
Yeah, and she was incredible. I mean, she's somebody that is very, very worth learning about. And yeah, you're not the only one who never learned about her. She was not taught about in the American history books. And yet she was extremely, extremely well respected. There are great stories about her.
Yes.
Of, like how being the only woman in the cabinet room and people making these disparaging comments. And I think there was one time, I think it might have been for Social Security, she locked the door and wouldn't let them leave.
Right.
Until they actually got to a vote in favor.
She had one big regret, that they never passed the universal health care, which was on her, was on the list for the New Deal. And we're still living with that problem today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so much, Joanie, for your support.
Thanks, Shar. So we are right at the end of our, Eric, come on up. Bring yourself up on screen.
Okay.
Excuse me, Joanie, don't we have Tom Rock coming up?
Tom, you had texted me about that. Tom said he wasn't feeling well, and
okay.
he wanted to just come as an audience member today.
Yeah,
Got it.
We want to thank all the audience members who came and listened. So we appreciate the support, and we want to grow the audience every time we do this. So do spread the word and look for the next event. And we want to. I want hundreds of people coming to listen for this. So you can have thousands if you want.
Right.
Yes. We are of course streaming on YouTube and Facebook, so you'll be able to go back and see the performance again on YouTube. And I did just put into the chat the link for People's Music Network. We live mostly off of donations and membership. So if you value what has been done here and you value the work that People's Music Network does on a regular basis, please feel free to donate and or to become a member.
And better yet, become a member and then become a monthly giver, because that's what gives us a little bit more stability at an organization. Okay, so I know there are some monthly giver in the midst of us, so I'm one of them. So if you think this is worth supporting, do it. So.
And it looks like Marilyn has something to say. Should I bring you on?
What happened to the guy from Australia, Michael Warren?
Michael could not get up. It's the middle of the night there. So we are going to be ending our concert with a video that he sent us.
Oh, good. Okay.
We're going to have his video. It's beautiful. The video is beautiful.
Yes. So no worries. We have not forgotten him. But that was the last of the live performances. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to just thank all of the performers and presenters and audience members. And Posse, is Quito someone who got to this Via you, we just had a message in the chat from Kitu.
Yeah, he's a member of Front of the Congo. Yeah, I work with Front of the Congo. And
Wonderful. Wonderful. So, Kitu, thank you so much for coming. Pasi, thank you for inviting. And Eric?
Oh, and a plug for tomorrow's If I Had a Song. We have a session tomorrow, which is the fourth Monday of the month. Go to the PMM website and register and share your song that you're working on. We are very kind, but we're also very thoughtful in giving feedback. Like the song you heard me sing has been worked on for 2 years.
Wow.
And to polish it down to the way I want it, and still, but do come and so and share what you're working on. Is a great community of artists supporting each other. So tomorrow, go to PMN and register. There's still time to do that. Anything else, Joanie, before we play the video?
No, let's play the video, and then following that, I will stop the live stream and we'll say goodbye to YouTube and Facebook, and I'll stop the recording, and we can stay on and chat a little bit for whoever wants.
Okay, here we go. This is Michael Wall.
I left my heart to the sappers around K-San, and I sold my soul with my cigarettes to the black market man. I've had the Vietnam cold turkey, from the ocean to the Silver City, and it's something only vets could understand. About the long-forgotten dockside guarantee, how there were no V-Day heroes in 1973, how we sailed into Sydney Harbour. I saw an old friend, but I couldn't kiss her. She was London, I was home to the lucky land. She was like so many more from that time on. Their lives were all so empty until they found their chosen one, and their legs were often open, but their minds were always closed, and their hearts were held in fast suburban chains. And the legal pads were yellow, hours long pay packets lean, and the telex riders clattered where the gunships once had been. Car parks make me jumpy, and I've never stopped the dreams, or the growing need for speed and overcame. And I worked across my country from end to end, trying to find a place to settle down where my mixed up mind could mend. I held a job on an oil rig, flying choppers when I could, but the nightlife nearly drove me round the bend. And I travelled across the world from year to year. Each one found me aimless, one more year the worse for wear. I've been back to Southeast Asia, but the answer isn't fair. But I'm drifting north to check things out again. last plane out of Sydney's almost gone. In only 7 flying hours I'll be landing in Hong Kong, and there is nothing like the kisses from a jaded Chinese princess. I'm gonna hit some Hong Kong mattress all night long. You know the last plane out of Sydney's almost gone. You know the last plane out of Sydney's almost gone. And it's really got me worried. I'm going nowhere and I'm in a hurry. The last plane out of Sydney's almost gone. You know the last plane out of Sydney's almost gone. You know the last plane out of Sydney's almost gone. And it's really got me worried. I'm going nowhere and I'm in a hurry. The last plane out of Sydney's almost gone. The last plane out of Sydney's almost gone.
Oh my. So beautiful.
That was lovely. Thank you.
Eric, can we take that down?
And I'm trying to. Yep.
Here, got it. Got it. All righty. So let's remove your spotlight. Let's get us all back into gallery. And everybody wave bye-bye to YouTube and Facebook land. Thank you all.